Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Teacher Robert. As usual, we are going to discuss on history and geography. But I remind you that if you find this channel relevant to you, subscribe and share to your fellow. Today's concern is Unit 7, Causes and Effect of First World War, 1914 up to 1918. This World War is also called World War I. It can also be called Great War. What is a World War? What is First World War? What were the causes? We will focus mainly on the causes. In today's session, we will focus on the causes. Effect will come later. World War I. This is the picture that shows how the situation was in that period. Soldiers on front line. This picture shows machine gun, one of the weapons used during First World War. This is machine gun. Let's watch this short video relating to World War I.
Revisit the reasons we went to war in 1914. I want to argue that far from Britain having plunged into a bloodbath we could have stayed out of, our part in the First World War was tragically necessary.
As you can see in this picture, World War I was a global war that started in European Balkans. When we say Balkan countries, are those countries that is located mainly in Central Europe, but Central Southern Europe. But this war, even if it started in Europe, it later reached in other continents like Africa, America, and others. This war opposed two sides. One thing that is very important to know while you want to know World War I is the sides that opposed each other in World War I. We have triple intent and triple alliance. Triple intent is one side that competed with triple alliance. Then, what is triple intent? Triple intent is composed by Britain, France, and Russia. But also there are some other areas, but small areas that is not really important to focus. But there are also other countries. There is also triple alliance on the other hand. This triple alliance can also be called Central Power. It was composed by Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy as the main members, but there are also some other areas. This triple intent and triple alliance competed during this war, and when you analyze deeply on the cause of this war, it is generally about economic competition. It's all about economic competition and political imperialism. This war started on July 28th, 1914, after the assassination of Heer Franz Ferdinand, and it ended in 1918 with the defeat of Triple Alliance. Its effect affected the whole world, and this is why it is called World War or First World War, because its effect affected the whole world, whether those countries that participated actively or directly, and other countries that participated in directly. So let's go to the cause. No, this is the picture of that Franz Ferdinand and his wife Sophie. Those were heir of the throne of Austria. This one, after being killed, it marked the beginning of this First World War. Who killed this family, Franz Ferdinand and his wife? It is this man called Gavrilo Princip, a Serbian student. This marked the attack or aggressiveness of countries that led to the beginning of First World War. What are the causes of First World War? Causes of First World War can be categorized into two categories. One are long-term causes, others are immediate causes. So let's start with the long-term causes. Cause number one, First World War was caused by the lack of international peacekeeping body. Lack of international peacekeeping body. Let me remind you that international peacekeeping body is an international organization responsible for resolving conflict, responsible for preventing conflict, responsible for preventing terrorism and other criminals. Then, international peacekeeping body at that time was Congress system, and as you know, this Congress system come after French Revolution and Napoleon expansionist policy. And when they used this Congress system, it was established to solve local affairs, solving local affairs. But the problem comes when this international peacekeeping body collapsed by 1914, and it is this one that would solve this problem between Austria and Serbia, as I have been saying about the killing of Franz Ferdinand and his wife Sophia by Gavril Princip. Then, if there is an affair in the region and no one could solve this case, it marked the beginning of First World War because there is no one who could solve problems as an international body. Lack of diplomatic statesmen, statesmen. Let me focus on this word diplomatic. When we say diplomatic, it is a way of agreeing on something but in a peaceful way. Agreeing on something in a peaceful way without war. Through negotiations. Finding solution through negotiations. So lack of diplomatic statesmen. Statesmen like man who is a giant or strong people during that time who would solve the problem. As you know, like von Bismarck is one of statesmen. Remember during the struggle and partition of Africa, this man called all European countries to meet in Berlin and find the problem about colonization, but in a peaceful way, all through negotiation. So this man was replaced by enemy of peace. This man was replaced by Kaiser Wilhelm, who was aggressive, and he was also a warlike man. And this word is underlined, a warlike man, a man who liked war. who didn't like peace, who was aggressive. And this one, as you know, aggressivity is always the cause of conflict and fighting. So that's why in this lack of diplomatic statement led to First World War. Number next, alliance system. Alliance system is a grouping of countries where I have been explaining in the introduction. There are two sides in this war, Triple Alliance and Triple Entente. And as you know, Triple Entente is composed by Britain, France, and Russia. Triple Alliance by Germany, Austria, Hungary, and Italy. And well formed, firstly, for defensive purpose. This alliance were formed firstly for the defensive purpose, but later they become hostile each other. They become hostile. They start to aggress each other. Hence the beginning of First World War. This is a map showing how this alliance was built. On one side, focus on a red color on this map. Red color, we have German Empire or Germany, we have Austria-Hungary, we have Italy as triple alliance. And this is the Europe, the map of Europe. And on blue color, you can find that France and Russia and Britain was also on the other side as triple intent. And this alliance become hostile each other, hence First World War. Another cause of First World War is economic competition. Economic competition. And it is among the main cause of World War. This economic competition comes mainly during colonization. For instance, countries like Germany, France, and Britain competed over Morocco. Morocco, as you know, is one of African countries in the north, and due to its economic wealth, due to its strategic locations, these colonists, German, France, and Britain competed over Morocco, and German lost Morocco to France. And remember, this Morocco was somehow colonized by France, and German wanted to revenge because she lost Morocco to France, so German wanted to revenge, hence First World War. Number next, arms race. Arms race. All this point can also called militarism. Militarism. Arms race. This is the competition in manufacturing dangerous weapons. Competition between Triple Alliance and Triple Intent. This competition made two sides be prepared. Every side is prepared to the teeth. Hence, First World War. They joined this war because they analyzed that they are ready according to the troops, according to the weapons, so they decide to fight during this war as they find themselves prepared for this war. Growth of nationalism. Nationalism. What is nationalism? Nationalism is a strong feeling, strong love of your state, strong love of your motherland, strong feeling, extreme patriotism, where you want that your country be strong over others. This nationalism was observed mainly in young countries like Italy and Germany. Remember what we call Italian unification and German unification? Those countries were somehow young countries. But even if they are young, their leaders wanted to show other countries that they were strong states, especially German. German wanted to prove that it is one among strong states. Proving the strongness of this state is through aggression and fightings, hence First World War. Another cause, long-term cause, this is Franco-Prussian War. Franco-Prussian War of 1970 up to 1971. This war opposed France and Prussia. And remember, this Prussia was an empire that included mainly German. German was mainly included in Prussia. We can say uh, somehow that it is like a war between France and Germany. And during this war, Prussia defeated France, and France lost its territories, Alsace and Lorraine, to Germany, all to Prussia. Alsace and Lorraine is one of the richest area of France, industrial area, mining area of France, and it lost them to Germany. So, even if it is in a long-term period, France wanted to revenge. France wanted to regain its territories, Alsace and Lorraine. That's why war between German and France was inevitable. In this picture, you can see arms race, competition in manufacturing weapons. You can see that in this picture there are weapons. I hope that is like missiles that would be used in war. This is a store or stock of weapons during First World War. This shows that every side is ready for war. That's why this war became inevitable. Another cause of First World War is the character of Kaiser Wilhelm. Kaiser Wilhelm was a king of Germany. Remember, I have been telling you that this Kaiser Wilhelm was a warlike man, a man who liked the war, who was aggressive. He was the one to start arms race. Arms race started from Germany by this man, Kaiser Wilhelm. And all this contributed to the outbreak of First World War. And remember, he is the one who pushed Serbia to attack. He is the one who pushed Austria to attack Serbia, and it marked the beginning of First World War. Role of media. Media is like press. This media during this war, it dramatized the situation. It exaggerated the situation. For instance, we can take this example of newspaper like London Times. It publicized and dramatized the whole situation through exaggerations. Exaggeration by saying this side have 10,000 weapons and this one is ready compared to this one, hence First World War. Then We are going to discuss this point, Sarajevo incident, as the immediate cause of First World War. Sarajevo instance. Sarajevo instance of June 28, 1914. This was immediate cause, as I have been saying. This Sarajevo incident is while this Austrian heir, Franz Ferdinand, heir of Austrian throne. When we say heir, in simple way, we can understand that it is the one who would be the next king of Austrian throne. He was given this opportunity by his father, but not yet being king, but he was prepared. This man, Franz Ferdinand, and his wife Sophia, while traveling, he was killed by a Serbian student, Gavrilo Princip, in a Serbian, in a city called Sarajevo. This forced Austria-Hungary to declare war on Serbia on July 20th, 1914, after giving this country a ultimatum, and this ultimatum was not responded. This marked the beginning of First World War, as Austria was pushed by Germany, while Serbia was also defended and helped by France and Russia. This picture shows Kaiser Wilhelm, the king of Germany at that time. This one was aggressive and a warlike man. This is the end of today's session, but before closing, let me remind you that we discussed about the causes of First World War. We find that World War can also be called Great War. It started in 1914. It is a global war because its effect reached on the whole continent, and it was mainly focused on economic competition. Some of the causes of First World War is like militarism or arms race, like competition in manufacturing weapons. It is like extreme nationalism. It is like lack of peaceful statement. It is like absence of international peacekeeping body. And the immediate one is Sarajevo incident, death of Franz Ferdinand, that marked immediately the beginning of First World War. So don't forget to subscribe in order to see other sessions that is loading. Wait patiently, you will find the effect of First World War. Thank you very much.